Good morning everyone and welcome to our online class of class 9th physics. So in physics, in the previous classes we had started our first chapter of class 9, that is motion, and we had discussed lots of things in the motion. And in the previous class, in the last class, we had started the topic that is graphical representation of motion. So in that topic we had discussed already the distance time graph, that is the displacement time graph. Okay, before starting, and today we are going to start our velocity time graph. Okay, now before starting I just want to make one thing very clear, that please don't get confused between displacement time graph and distance time graph and velocity time graph and speed time graph, because as you all know that distance is the magnitude of displacement. So in the graph we are representing the magnitude only, so it means distance type graph or displacement time graph, you can call it both. Similarly, in velocity time graph, speed is the magnitude of velocity, so we can represent we can call it as either a speed time graph or velocity time graph, it doesn't matter. I hope so, I must be clear with this. Now moving on. Okay, so let us start our today's topic, that is velocity time graph. So I'm trying to just cover many of the things under this topic so that you will understand it, and it will be very helpful in finding out or deriving the equations of motions. It means the graphical method, using the graphical method. Okay, so let us start now. The velocity time graph shows the variations or change in the magnitude of velocity with respect to time. So the velocity time graph actually shows the variations in velocity with respect to time. This is quite easy. It means you are going to observe whatever changes are going to occur in the velocity of an object during the passage of time. Okay, so moving on to another point. In this graph, it is showing the dependence of velocity on time, that is showing the change in velocity as time changes. As I had told you earlier, so time will be taken along x-axis and velocity will be taken along y-axis. We will see velocity time graph under various conditions where object moves with uniform velocity, non-uniform velocity, uniformly accelerated motion, etc. So these things we are going to cover up in our today's video, these types of graphs. So I have taken 3 cases, so let us discuss one by one all the cases. So here we go, bringing. So this is our case first. Here we go. When the object is uniformly accelerated, the first case. So many of the things I'm going to discuss in this. The diagram shows the velocity time graph of a uniformly accelerated object. You can see the diagram. This diagram is showing actually the velocity time graph. So this is the straight line passing through the origin. See, so this is showing, it means whatever changes are going to occur in time, it means as the time changes the velocity will also change like that. Like in 1 second the velocity will be 2 meter per second. So then second, in next to 1 second, that is, it is going to be 4 second, and next for 5 second it is going to be next third second it is going to be 6 meter per second, and so on. So it will change according to time like this. So here you can see that the velocity is changing, but it is changing uniformly, that is, it is the case of uniformly accelerated motion. So now I hope so the things must be clear to you people, because at each and every instant whatever the change is going to occur in the velocity, that is going to be constant. Like after each second 2 meter per second change is occurring in the velocity of the object, so it means the acceleration is 2 meter per second square, and it is constant throughout the journey of the object. I hope so that this thing must be clear to you. That only we are going to observe here also, that with the help of this velocity time graph only we can calculate the acceleration of this object. And how we can calculate the acceleration, whatever things we are going to see, let us see it now. So we have seen that this is the diagram which shows the velocity time graph of a uniformly accelerated object. Let us try to find out the slope of this graph. As I had earlier also discussed with you people about the slope of the graph, here you can see that this graph is making an angle theta with the x-axis or time axis, and you can see that this, if we see this figure, these diagrams, and these two angles must be equal using the property of the parallel lines, that is the corresponding angles. So with the corresponding angles, these two angles are equal. And we had I had earlier also told you people that the velocity that the slope of the graph will be the tan of the angle made by the graph with the positive x-axis. So that only I have taken, the slope is equal to tan theta. Theta is the angle made by the graph, made by the line with the positive x-axis. And now I'm trying to find out this tan theta in this triangle, right angle triangle, that is ABC. All of you can see this right angle triangle ABC. So in right angle triangle ABC, we know that the ratio of perpendicular by base. So here you can see that the ratio, the base value is v minus u. From this graph we can get it. And the perpendicular value from the graph we can see that it is v minus u, and the base value is t2 minus t1. From the graph we can obtain. So we are having the value of perpendicular and the base of this right angle triangle. Now we can put this value, because tan theta, as earlier also I had told you, that in a right angle triangle tan theta is equal to perpendicular divided by base, the ratio of perpendicular to the base. So I had taken the ratio of perpendicular to the base, and here the perpendicular is PC and the base is AC. I had substituted the values, and after that you can see BC equals to V minus U and AC is equal to T2 minus T1. So velocity by time, this is the definition of acceleration. So we had got acceleration. So from here we can conclude that the slope of the velocity time graph gives us acceleration. So the slope of velocity time graph gives us acceleration. The area okay, one more thing we can conclude from this graph. First of all, I'm writing the statement for that. The area under the velocity time graph gives displacement, that is distance. So it means the area under the velocity time graph. You can see the area A, B, C, or you can name these 2 points also as D and E. Okay, now if you see that, so but here I'm not going to calculate, because this is the complicated thing. If I'll start calculating area over here, then you people will get confused. So that I'll do in later parts. But after this graph, after this, the next graph which I'm going to discuss with you people, in that I'm going to discuss how to find out the area of the it means I'll show you that the area of the graph gives us the displacement. The area under the velocity time graph gives us the displacement. Okay, so let us move on to the next. We can move now to the next graph. Okay, before that, the area under the velocity time graph gives us displacement, that is distance. So we have to keep in our mind about the velocity time graph two things: its slope will give us acceleration and its area will give us displacement. Okay, let us discuss now the second one, case 2, when the object is moving with uniform velocity. Okay, so you can see we had drawn the graph when the object is moving with uniform velocity. With uniform velocity, it means with the constant velocity. It is not going to change its magnitude as the time changes. Okay, so obviously it is going to be the line parallel to the time axis. So this graph shows the motion of a body moving with uniform velocity. Okay, so that only I had written. Now let us try to find out, as I had told you that I will try to find out the area in this graph only, because the previous one will be the complicated one. If we can calculate easily the area over there also, but since this is the first time you people are studying this, that's why I don't want to make it initially the complications. Okay, so let us see now the next thing. Area of rectangle ABCD is equal to, from the figure only we had taken two instances, T1 and T2. So area is that this rectangle. Okay, so area under this curve we are taking it as rectangle, and the velocity from here to here, the value we had taken of the velocity as v, so we are representing that here also. So you can see area under the curve, area, it means area under the curve, represents, yeah, equals to area of rectangle ABCD. You can see the rectangle ABCD over here. Now that equals to length into breadth, so it's length into breadth. You can take any one as length because the greater one is this, so that's why I taken this one, v into t2 minus t1. So v into t2 minus t1, length into breadth, velocity into time, and we know that velocity into time is equal to displacement. So from here we can say that the velocity time graph, area under the velocity time graph, gives us the displacement. Okay, so the area under the velocity time graph gives us displacement, that is distance. Now let us move to the case third. Okay, sorry, this is the case third, just a second. This is the case third. Okay, let us discuss this thing. Now this is the very easy thing, you people have understood all the things now. Case 2, case third, when the object is moving with non-uniform velocity. Okay, so this is the graph which is showing the object which is moving with non-uniform velocity. You can observe and you can interpret with the graph that you can see that why it is moving with non-uniform velocity. First it is increasing, the velocity is increasing, and then after some instant it start decreasing, and then after some instant again it start increasing, again start decreasing, again increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. It means its velocity is not going to be constant, the magnitude is not going to be, it means constant, or you can say the magnitude is not increasing either constantly, it is increasing in any way, it is decreasing in any way. So this is the case of non-uniform velocity. Okay, so the diagram shows the graph. In this graph we can see that the velocity is first increasing and then decreasing and so on during the motion. Okay, now points to remember. Okay, one thing I would like to mention over here, that as we had discussed about the uniformly accelerated motion, it means like the body moving, changing its velocity uniformly. So one case we had discussed, that is the increasing case. Let me show you. So this is the case. Here you can see that the velocity is continuously increasing. So we can have the another case also where the velocity can be decreasing, and the graph will be like this. Okay, so don't get confused with that. So this is the case of acceleration, that will be the case of deceleration. Okay, now coming back. Some points here I have written for you people to remember. So what are the points? Please all of you just hear it properly. The distance time graph of an object in rest will be parallel to time axis, that is x-axis. The velocity time graph of an object moving with uniform velocity will be parallel to time axis. All the things I'm writing for you people. Okay, the slope of distance time graph gives velocity, the slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration, the area occupied below the velocity time graph gives displacement. I hope so. I must be clear with the topics and contents which I discussed in today's session. So thank you all for being here. See you next class. Thank you once again.